In just a few days, the socially distant seats in this room are going to be filled. There'll be people on stage, and we'll worship in person at all 3 of our locations. I want to take just a couple of minutes to share our thoughts and decision-making process behind all this, because truth be told, the COVID numbers now are worse than when we initially went virtual back in March. So how is January 2021 different? Here's the 3 main differences. First, back in March, we were facing a tremendous amount of unknowns. We didn't know how the virus spread or how to treat it. In September, schools were back in session, and we'd never done that before. Finally, in November, we weren't sure how the holidays would impact COVID numbers and hospital capacity. But as we look forward for the next 6 months, we know the landscape. We know what to do to minimize transmission. We know hospitals' capacity to respond, and we know what sort of numbers to expect as schools start. So while there's still risk, we know what those risks are and how to best mitigate them. The second difference is that now we know COVID isn't going anywhere. We were hopeful in early 2020 that a vaccine would be ready quickly or that the pandemic would maybe just die out. But neither of those things proved to be true, despite the best efforts of the people trying to solve the problem. So we can't just wait for everything to return to normal. We've got to start taking proactive steps in light of what is. And living with the reality of COVID-19 is normal. Now, several of our locations met regularly through big portions of 2020, and the measures we put in place actually were effective. We didn't have any incidents of COVID at our Sunday gatherings. Our staff, volunteers, and attenders did everything they could to make those services as safe as possible. So again, while risk exists, we need to learn to live and operate within that risk. And the way we've structured our check-in system, cleaning procedures, and mask requirements, it is working. Finally, and this for me is the most significant part, we've talked to our task force, and they include doctors at U of M and the VA hospital, as well as someone on the COVID task force for the State of Michigan Health Department. I'm so thankful that they bring a solid foundation of both knowledge and profound faith to this entire situation. They've all said that the danger from COVID isn't only physical. They've seen the real emotional, spiritual, and mental toll the pandemic has taken on people. We have to take that seriously as a church. Look, nationwide, 22% of people who used to go to church, they've simply dropped off the radar. They're not engaged in any faith community at all anymore. They estimate that 1 in 5 churches will close in the next 18 months as they find themselves unable to weather the difficulties that COVID brought. So we, as Grace Church, have to step into those spaces where people are hurting. We need to be there. Where people are disenfranchised, we need to help them rekindle their love for Jesus. And where people are spiritually homeless, we need to provide an opportunity for them to be with the people of God. There's simply no replacement for face-to-face, incarnational expressions of faith. Now, I'm enormously proud of the work our team has done to provide a digital option in 2020. And for those of you who can't worship for medical, personal, or geographical reasons, please stay connected to our online community. We'll have online services with pastors, a connections team, and a prayer team every week, just like always. But if you want to worship in person, we're eager to provide a place for you to do that. Head to the website, register, and we'll see you on Sunday. Thank you so much for proving what we've been saying for years. Church isn't just a building or a meeting, it's us, a people. Let's lean into being the church this year. God bless.